That's toothache plant. Bullseye is the one from Baker Creek, heirloom seeds. I planted them last year in containers and I saved the blooms. And I wasn't sure because I also had yellow toothache plant. So I wasn't sure if I would have a cross between them. But it looks like it's coming back true. It's going to be a bullseye. It was bloomed like crazy. Super easy to save seed. I just cut the blooms up and hung them up to dry and left them hanging all winter, and scattered the dried bloom because the seeds are very tiny. I scattered the dry bloom on some seed starting mix, and they came back. It's a pretty easy plant to grow. I've noticed that I get really good germination out of it. It does like a lot of water. It'll grow in a plant or in the dirt, and it's done just as good in the dirt as it did in a pot. It's kind of shredded. My chickens found it the other day. Here's a yellow one. The leaves, see how the leaves are a lot brighter green? This one's got some sunburn on it. I didn't acclimate it as long as I should have. But this is the yellow toothache plant. What these blooms do, this isn't it. This is not all of what it'll do. Has that cone shape, and that'll keep getting bigger to where it looks like a gumdrop, and then it'll get even taller. They stay on there. Well, they stayed on there till I cut them off last year. This sunburn is not gonna kill this plant. It'll be just fine. They're in cups right now. They really, really need to go in a pot. Toothache plant, you can get a cool, tingly sensation when you chew up the leaves or the blooms. It will then numb, and it can make you salivate a little bit more than you usually do while it's working. You can make a mouthwash with it, with some Everclear or vodka. Water it down, swish around in your mouth to clear up sores. Haven't tried it on like a external, like a paper cut or something that was hurting. I have wondered though if I could chew up a leaf and apply a compress of it to a cut or even a muscle ache, if it would work enough to numb that. I don't know. But I might try it this year. Oh, those sage blooms are so pretty. No wonder all the bugs like them. That is so pretty. This is my cilantro that's fixing to bolt, but a friend of mine told me I can go ahead and let it bolt and go to flower, and it'll reseed in this area, or I can, cut it and dry it like I did the toothache plant, have cilantro seed for next year, which is probably what I'll do, because I don't always I don't always want cilantro right there. I'll want to move it around. Those scarlet runner bean blooms are pretty too. That's what I've been growing them for. I'm not really growing them for the beans. I'm growing them for the blooms, for the pollinators. I should have had more though, because it is a really pretty little flower. Delicate. I still got plants to sell. Running out my ears. I started way too many this year. This bullseye will do the same thing as that yellow one. The cone will keep coming out, and the yellow will keep coming out. It'll get more like a gumball, and it'll just get taller and taller and taller. About right there. And that's when I see enough of the seed, little dark seed, I go ahead and cut them. Dry them out. The kohlrabi today, it got pretty warm, and kohlrabi is a cooler weather crop. It got kind of wilty. But it's perked back up as the day has, the sun has went off of it. It's perked back up. It's doing a lot better. I'm ready for it to go ahead and get ready to pick because that stuff's good. Dip it in some ranch dip and yum. Tomatoes are doing decent. We've had so much cool weather and so much rain. That brings blight. That makes for unhealthy plants, and then unhealthy plants get sick easier than other plants. And I know I'll be begging for rain about August. I'm not right now. Looks like I might be starting to get some flea beetle damage. These little spots, they like to munch on them. Yeah. Yep. I will try soapy water first. See if I can't keep them back with that. If not, those tomatoes are determinate. I can't really go to pruning on them too hard, but I will get those lowest limbs off the ground. These are indeterminate, so I could whittle on them if I wanted to. But they're doing good too. I fertilized to make up for some of the nutrients lost in all the rain. This one here, giant Sicilian paste, I had horrible germination with the seeds. There was only 3, and one of them was so messed up it didn't make. So I wound up with 2 plants out of like 20 seeds. And this is just not a healthy looking plant. Very spindly. I'll keep letting it try to do its thing, but it may wind up getting booted early. I'm not pleased with its performance so far. The real estate is rare in this small kitchen garden, and it's not worth having a plant that does that. You know, these little limbs are not going to want to hold much up. It is blooming, and it's not showing any sign of blight or anything, but look at, I mean, it's just a weird, you know, if anybody's grown this and that's normal for that plant, let me know. I'd like to try to save seed if it does decent, because I don't trust the buyer anymore. I tried to email them and let them know that it was horrible germination, and no response. That's not good. That doesn't make a good customer relationship if you're not willing to back your product up. And if I'd have had that with several different seeds this year, I'd have known it was the grower myself. But that wasn't the case. Now this plant, this is a black dragon, and I love it. It is a healthy, beautiful, thick-stalked plant. Now, it does have some blooms. Hopefully, it's a good tasting tomato, and I can save seeds from it too. I'd sure like to if it does well, because it is, like I said, a very healthy plant. I'm pleased with it. These are some more I need to get sold. They need to be in the dirt at someone's home. They're yellowing horribly. Sunflowers need to be planted as well. And I don't really have the room or the, I'll just be honest, I don't really have the energy to be digging holes. Not right now. Thyme's doing good. It's settling into its spot. Green onions. My granddaughter was here today, and she helped me pick a green onion, and she helped me pick a radish for her puppy. This horehound looks like it's trying to bloom. or do something. See that? I like a close-up. Those leaves just look bunchable. Yeah, I'm not sure. I pruned it pretty hard the other day. I had said I was going to do it over and over and over, and I finally did. And I just used it to line nesting boxes and sweeten up the coops. And sometimes when you do prune something hard, it makes it go ahead and flower because it thinks, oh no, I got to get some seeds out. So it'll go ahead and flower if you do that. If you got something that only flowers heavy in the spring and then it's done, like a wisteria, go ahead and prune it back, pretty good. And sometimes you'll get a second small flush of blooms out of it. Well, I just wanted to look around and show you that those toothache plant are pretty true. Even though I had it side by side with a yellow one, it's coming back true to seed. I hope y'all have a good evening. Love ya.